Welcome back to RueTV tonight. It is April. It is April the oh God, I never know the date. I never know the damn
Next.
date. 6th, it's the 6th. Thank you, my guest. It is April the 6th, 2025. Spring has sprung, and you know what that means. There's only one thing. There's only one thing in the air, and that one thing in the air is con season. And there's only one person that I can think of that comes to mind. Well, two, I guess. The one's dead, Stan Lee. The other one I've got on the show today, and that other person is when you think of con season, you think of Comic Con, you think of, you think of any kind of convention. You think of one person, and that one person is my good close personal friend, JVD, Root TV legend, JVD. JVD, how are you tonight on this fine April night?
Better that I'm sitting here than actually in Philly right now.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, it's been a long time since we've seen JVD on the show. We saw you last time. Well, actually, we saw you in person. Folks at home, if you don't know, JVD, former co-host, still current co-host. I'll bring him on when I want to co-host Root TV tonight. He's been in every Comic-Con video, pretty much going back to 2015. We visited him. We visited JVD when he was a referee. He still is a referee. He's got the ref shirt somewhere, probably right behind him, hanging
It's
on. Of
over there on the rack with the rest of the other shit that I
course,
have
it
over there.
better be. Yes, don't ever lose that shirt. Damn it.
Don't
Um,
plan on it.
speaking of that, are you looking to cosplay for Fan Expo coming up in May? That's what we're going to talk about. This is our official Fan Expo preview.
Yep.
I'm donning it since there's no other Fan Expo previews on the internet, YouTube specifically. I'm donning this the official unofficial, don't sue me. A Fan Expo Philly preview show, and we'll get into something else, sports entertainment related, in a little bit too. But uh,
That's gonna be a big announcement when we drop that.
that's going to be a big announcement. Fans, folks at home don't know what the hell we're talking about. You're going to know real soon. But let me get back to my question, JVD. Are you planning to cosplay any of the 3 days this May for Fan Expo in Philly?
So I have 2 out of the 3 days uh, I'm going to do.
Okay,
What days I'm going to do, I'm not sure. I want a third one, but when it comes to a third one, I don't know what I want to do and what day I'm going to do it.
right.
I have a feeling that something involving the second one of these that I have will come into play probably
Hmm.
Saturday.
Very interesting.
By the way, the other part of that is this.
Yeah, wow. Check that out. There you go.
If you put them both together, you get something really awesome from Star Wars.
Or if you wrap it in tape, brown tape or masking tape, not masking tape, masking tape. You wrap it in
Mhm.
masking tape. You put Zubaz on and a white T-shirt. You could be the Sandman. That could be a Singapore cane.
Oh,
You
yeah,
raise
yeah.
it up to the heavens and beat the crap out of me as soon as you see me. As soon as you
I'm
see
not.
me.
I'm not going to do that. I mean, as much as I could for what you did last year,
Yeah.
you know. But
Oh boy. Well,
I mean,
I lose track of the years, but Herb and Elder Gutta and all them. You need to remember all that stuff.
I mean, hopefully Overgot is still around. I mean, because I got to freaking talk to that guy. That guy's awesome. I
Yeah.
tell myself, when you see him, tell myself what's up.
I haven't seen him in a while. He hasn't been around, but I will give him the high sign. But so yeah, I mean, you've been Ash in the past, Ash from Pokemon.
I'm going
You've
to do that
been
again.
you've been John Cena, which ironically has been John. Have you been John Cena? I think you've been John Cena.
I tried to do a John Cena idea. It wasn't the best idea that I had.
Yeah. I mean, there was a comment you commented on social media about something about, what should I be? I'm just getting close, and cosplays have to be planned out. I mean, if you know anything about cosplay, you have to plan it out. If you want something good, you have to in advance. And then someone had commented, "What about what about like Yucko the clown or something?" Or
That
or
was your
ju
brother, wasn't it?
oh, maybe it was. I don't know.
It was your,
Somebody.
it was your
Yeah, yeah.
brother. No,
Okay.
no. Yucko the Clown was my ex-girlfriend's sister's brother. That's what it was. It was
Yeah.
Will.
Yeah. Right. So, I mean, I could see that, but I mean, in order to do that, you'd have to order a lot of stuff. You'd have to order the suit. he'd have to order. I mean, I'm thinking like I had a friend who used to go to Monster Mania Con who would go as uh John Wayne Gacy clown, Pogo the clown
Oh
for
God.
and he was very convincing. He even looked like him a little bit. He passed away actually. Had some kind of I don't know some kind of issue, but he was a good dude. He was a good dude. Folks at home know what I'm talking about. Pogo the Clown. I interviewed him outside of the makeup on RueTV, and everybody remembers that interview. But rest in peace, Pogo the Clown. So we're thinking about cosplaying. We're definitely gonna meet up, right? We're gonna meet up. You're going 3 days. I'm only going Saturday. I picked the Super Bowl of days. You know, you're going to cons. Friday's the kind of the ease in day. Sunday's the ease out day. Saturday's the right in the friggin' middle and the best and this guest list. Holy shit,
It's
right?
it, it it's the biggest. So Friday, you're right. It's the ease in day. For me, it's the day I can sit there, walk around, get to know where everything is.
Check out vendors. Yeah,
Um, Check out vendors and all that stuff like that. I will. By the way, I will be putting, if I can find the best way to do it, coverage on my channel, JVD Studios, for all 3 days of the convention. I want to do it again like I did last year. Hopefully
nice,
better though.
nice,
Hopefully better.
nice.
Uh, like you said, Sunday is the ease out day. The vendors don't want to bring a lot of shit home with
Yeah,
them, so they're going to have a lot of deals, a lot of discounts. You look for that.
yeah,
But like you said, Sunday is the biggest day. That's when the most people will be at the convention. The most
Saturday.
people will be there, and you can see the most cosplay, which is the best part. So many people you can meet, make friends, and all that type of stuff.
Well,
It's
let's
gonna
talk
be cool. I think
let's
it's
let's talk about one of the bigger. I mean, it's Saturday is a big damn day anyway, but this year specifically, like this feel, and this is no disrespect to I guess Reed Pop owns it, Fan Expo, who kind of inherited the bought out Wizard World. Um, Comic Con, and now it's Fan Expo. I think Fan Expo used to be called Fanboy Expo in other cities, but now it's Fan Expo. And it's Saturdays alone are a big day, but this year, this guest list is so stacked, and it's from and there's a mix of so many different genres. I'm just gonna have to park somewhere far away from the convention center and walk because I know it's gonna be a shit show. Let's go over the guest list, JVD. Do you want to talk about
third.
the yeah?
Yeah, 35 guests in
Holy
total. This is,
shit! Holy shit! And these
if I
aren't any.
believe, this is the biggest list we've had in a long, long while. We've had big lists.
Yeah,
We've had a lot of good people.
this is yeah.
For example, some of them that we've had over the years: David Tennant, Matt Smith, uh, Jodie Benson, who played Ariel in Little Mermaid. You had
Right.
the chick who played Dora the Explorer.
Mm-hmm.
You had Kara Strong, Steve Burns. What the hell's his name? Hayden Christensen's been there a few times. Those are big names.
Right.
But these names we have, some of these names here are insane. I'm seeing the list right now, and I still can't believe we're getting half these people.
Well, it's funny. Before we go over the list, it's funny. I remember messaging you prior to last week and saying, "Man, we got a stacked guest list this year, like compared to last year or 2023." But I think 2023 is pretty stacked. But I know compared to last year, this is stacked.
Very much.
And then this past week they go with the heavy hitters. They're hitting us with like John Carpenter, John Cena. Um, Christopher Lloyd, Leah Thompson, and Back to the Future. I mean, it's no joke.
The fact
Um,
the fact that you were the one, and I give you a lot of credit, and I thank you. You were the one who showed me that Carpenter was going to be there, Cena was going to be there. I believe Christopher Lloyd was one of them. I think what was the other one? Parker Posey
Parker
was one.
Posey, yeah,
Of
yeah,
them.
hmm
Like the fact that we're getting them is
right,
insane.
yeah,
Like I can't believe that.
it is. It's crazy.
It was the entire week. You sent me each and every day
Yeah,
the entire
I was
breakdown of
bugging.
it.
I, I bugged JVD pretty much every day this week because I remember reading that post the prior week saying we're gonna have guest announcements, big guest announcements every day this week. And
They were
I was
amazing.
just like every day last week that before work started or while I was at work, I was just sending JVD screenshots of these guests, and I was like, holy shit! Like I mean, God bless the people who have the money to afford everybody, but I don't. I'm gonna pick and choose who I want to meet. There's a few, and we'll talk about that with the guest list. But let's go over the guest list right now. You have a guest list pulled up, JVD?
I do.
All right. Why don't you go ahead and read the guest list for us if you want to?
Let me go in order.
Read them however you want.
All right. I'll go in order then, I guess.
All right.
Um, Actually, I'll do two for one because the team is kind of like together in a sense. Danny Glover and Mel Gibson, both from Lethal
Wow.
Weapon.
Wow.
Mel Gibson, of course, also a part of Mad Max and Braveheart, and
Yeah.
you know,
So the night that the we could let me tell you, the folks at home will get a kick out of this. The night that we couldn't do the show, okay, whatever reasons our schedules couldn't align, I decided I was like, you know what, F it, I'm going to start to do the show by myself. I started to do the show. I ended up canceling the show. I'm not going to upload the show. But during that show, I was going over without JVD. I was going over the guest list and I talked about Danny Glover. And I said, there's an obscure Danny Glover movie that not many people know that, but I remember, and my brother Kevin remembers, and my brother Justin. It's called Pure Luck with Martin Short. It was a comedy. It's a really stupid comedy, but a good comedy. And I always remember that. And I used that as an opportunity to get to do my Danny Glover impression. And it was sort of like something like, no, 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 don't do that. No, Proctor. No, no, no. Oh, why would you do? No, no, no. Why? Why would you? No, 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 no. Anyway, that was my Danny Glover impression. Um, yeah, that was my Danny JVD. That was my Danny Glover impression from Pure Luck. Yep.
now I've heard of that movie. I've never seen it. I'll
See
be
it,
honest.
watch it. Anyway, he is going to be there, Danny Glover. Also, should mention that he was in the original Saw. He was in Saw,
It
if you're
was,
for
yep,
your horror movie fans. But you said the combo was Danny Glover and Mel Gibson, of course, right? Yeah.
yep.
All right, who else?
Uh,
Who else you got?
I
What else?
I like the fact that Mel Gibson and Braveheart when he's riding the horse, talking all that shit. That
Yeah.
was great.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
The
Yeah,
inspirational speech.
I'm sure he'll
Which
draw a crowd.
which the funny thing is, I don't know if anybody at home remembers, but I'm pretty sure you do, Rye, because WrestleMania 21,
Hmm.
WrestleMania Goes Hollywood.
Yeah.
Triple H did a rendition of
Oh,
Braveheart.
yeah, I do remember that. I'm gonna go
Remember
back
that?
and watch that. It was 2005, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was
Oh yeah.
that was Cena's first title. Speaking of Cena,
That was the yeah, seeing it with the and yeah, okay, yeah, I do remember.
Cena JBL. Cena
Was
JBL.
that oh 05 or oh 04? One of the, it was oh 04 or no, oh 04 was New York City.
Oh
Five,
five was Hollywood,
I
yes.
think yeah, it was. That's right.
2005.
Hmm.
But speaking of John Cena, he's gonna be there.
Yeah.
He of course will be fighting at WrestleMania 41 in Vegas, which construction for the stage is underway. I've been informed that a couple hours ago.
Already. Wow.
They
Holy
they,
shit.
they have started the stage and construction for WrestleMania 41 in Vegas, which will probably look much better than what we had here in Philly, unfortunately.
Hmm.
But he's going to be there. He will be fighting Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed Championship. Unfortunately, this will be the time he gets 17, even though they really didn't build him up with as a heel too well right now, just to
Yeah.
start. But,
Yeah.
I met him once before. I have a couple pictures with him on my wall. One is me with him. One of them is from that looks to be 29 New York City or The Rock and Cena when Cena got the title off The Rock.
Any way you can show us a picture of that picture, JVD? Is there any way,
It,
anyway?
it's kind of hard. I'm going to do a video myself on JVD Studios. I'll
All
show
right.
you those. You'll see them on
All
that
right,
video.
check out and subscribe to JVD Studios if you haven't. That was a good segue into a plug. Follow JVD, and I will tag him, of course, in the description of this video. Follow JVD Studios because he'll have some videos from Fan Expo as well.
All 3 days.
And yeah, all 3 days. He'll be there all 3 days. I don't know. Um, I will be there Saturday. I'm going to get there early, and I don't plan on
Doors open
staying.
at 10.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want to get there at 10, especially with the so also we just said Cena and decently priced. Then you got who else? Who else you got there?
Decently.
Well, compared to other years, I mean, kind of pricey, but oh, you froze up, JVD. Think JVD froze up on us. JVD, did you freeze?
Fine.
Oh, there you go. Oh, you froze up for a second, JVD. You're
You okay?
frozen. Oh, now you're unfrozen. You're unfrozen now. Yeah, you're good
My
now.
internet connection's unstable apparently. I just sent it to my friend. Oh, never mind. Here we go. One for an 8 by 10 autograph, right? 149.
Yeah.
For an autographed premium,
Mm-hmm.
249,
Interesting.
and 179 for a photo op.
Oh, he's 179. Well, you know what, where I got that decently priced from? I got that from because when you go to a WWE signing or a Fanatic signing, be it at a Fan Fest, WrestleMania,
Yeah, yeah,
or
they pay a crap
SummerSlam,
load.
oh, it's ridiculous. So it's you're getting a little bit of a deal, I should say. Let's just be that way. But I mean, for John Cena, 170 is still pretty high compared to other guests at the show.
Yeah,
But
180 is
but
extreme.
if you saw some of the prices that I was looking at for the WrestleMania last year, he is a little lower than I expected. I thought he was going to be $200 for a photo op or something like that. Fanatics.
I'm telling you, I got to see midget wrestling before that though. The week of,
Hmm.
pretty entertaining.
Yes. Yeah. It's always those little guys really can put on a show.
You can move.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have Walter Goggins from Fallout and the White Lotus. I
Okay.
haven't seen either one, surprisingly. I thought I
Walter
would at least
Goggins.
catch one of them.
Hilarious actor, Walter Goggins.
Very, very hilarious. I heard from what my friends keep telling me and showing me.
Yeah, Righteous Gemstones, of course. And what else we got, JVD? What else?
John Boyega from Star Wars appearing on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
Legendary director and giver of the Halloween series, John Carpenter, which is a huge, huge one that we received last week. It's just insane to
It's huge.
to get that on the list. We got that I
Hmm.
think on Thursday. I think is when we got him on.
Yeah, absolutely. That was announced on Thursday, and very big shocker. I know he's up there in age as my chair falls. He's up there in age, but he's still doing cons, and he's a legend. He's a legend. You can see it. I don't even can barely see it. I'm going to try to point to it right there's a Michael Myers sticker on my door. And, if there wasn't no John Carpenter, there would be no Halloween franchise. And who knows, because there was Halloween franchise spawned so many horror series. John
Yep.
Carpenter's a legend, man. He is a legend and love to have him there. But there's other legends listed in here. So after John Carpenter, Jodie Whittaker, right, from Doctor Who, it
Doctor
says.
Who. Yep, she was the now. There's a way to put it. Okay, because Doctor Who, at least for what I know of it, there's two different ways you can look at Jodie Whittaker's number. Now, there's
Yeah.
a reason why I'm saying number. In the British version of the show, uh, I forget his name, Peter McGann, the wartime doctor, was technically number 9. Eccleston was 10. Tennant was 11. 12th was Matt Smith. 13th was Peter Capaldi. Jodie Whittaker would be 14th if you count the doctor, the war doctor, which wasn't that long of a run. Hence why in Day of the Doctor, um, you see all three of them in their TARDISes, and you hear the Gallifrey and High Command saying, "All 12 of my worst nightmares are finally here. Are all here." Capaldi says, "No, sir, all 13 of them," because Capaldi took over at 13 after Smith's tenure,
Hmm.
and then Whittaker took over after Capaldi.
Right.
In the U.S. version, she's number 13
Hmm.
because McGann never had a run. Eccleston was 9, Tennant was 10, 11th was Smith, Capaldi was 12th. Jodie Whittaker would be the 13th adaptation.
Hmm.
Um, The question I ask, and I don't know, and I'm probably never going to find out. Tennant's second run, would he be considered the 14th, or would that be the new doctor that came in? But I
Hmm.
digress. She'll be
Inter-
there with one. She'll be there with one member of her crew and one member of the earlier crews, and we'll go on with that later. Shatner, though, dude, Shatner's going to be there again.
William Shatner, well into his 90s, still doing cons. Like I said, he's another legend. And I think he's cheaper. I'm gonna look right now. He's cheaper than John Cena. Photo op 145 to meet William Shatner. I mean, how much longer is he going to be around? I'm not saying he's in bad health, but I mean, just by nature, if you're in your 90s,
So
you want to meet William Shatner. That'd be a big one.
I want to thank him because he hosted a game show.
I didn't know that. Which one?
He hosted one called "Show Me the Money." It was shown on ABC.
Huh.
When you were done here, look that up and
Huh.
watch some of the episodes. It was pretty cool.
Well,
Um,
we've got another not Star Trek, but Star Wars related guest up next. Who is that, JVD? Hit us.
C3PO Anthony Daniels will be there.
Damn right.
That's pretty awesome. That is really cool. Actually, let me see what I looked at him before and I didn't see what his prices were. 120 autograph, 140 premium autograph, 110
Yeah.
for the photo. So it's actually technically not bad.
I wonder if if you're a Star Wars fan our age, have you ever met Anthony Daniel? I feel like everybody probably has. It's like the hardcore Star Wars fans have met him already, but
Everyone and then some.
yeah. But
Oh,
Star Wars is a generational franchise. You could have some young guys and or young fans who have never met him. So, but up next is a really interesting one, and that is Giancarlo Esposito and my Breaking Bad brethren, fandom fanboys, fangirls, would love to know that Giancarlo is such a great guest. I was at his Q&A panel. I don't think it was last year. I think it was the year before, and it was so fun. And maybe it was last year. I don't remember, but he was such a great guest. And man, I don't know, man. I feel like I might want to get that photo op. It's pricey, but like that would be an awesome photo op to get. Because I'm not, if you're not a fan of if you weren't a fan of Breaking Bad, maybe not. He's from The Mandalorian too, if you know The
which is a
Mandalorian.
star, which is a Star Wars thing.
Yeah, more Star Wars fans, so I'll have to think about it. But Giancarlo, man, I would love to get a deadpan. Oh man, I might
That
do
was
it.
good.
I might
That
do
was
it.
great.
I might get Giancarlo Esposito. We'll see, kids. Who else we got, JVD? We got to run through these. Who else?
Teen Wolf and Superman and Lois Star, Tyler Hoet, is that Hoslin?
Okay.
Hoslin?
Ashland. All right. No. All right. Next up, a big one. Who's after that?
That would be one of the three that's showing up. We got the announcement on Friday. Christopher
Marty,
Lloyd from Back to the Future.
Marty,
Doc
Johnny.
Doc Brown.
Jonathan Van Drysel, how are you? What are you doing? We got to go back to the Comic Con. Sorry for that. I'm sorry. I'm very
Completely mispronounced the name, but I'll let it slide.
Jonathan
You're not
Van
the
Dr.
you're not the only one that's actually done that. I've had like everybody and their mother call me the wrong. Only like three people that are not immediate family can call me the actual correct pronunciation. I will teach you what to call
The correct pronunciation is Demon Jonny V.
I'll take weird shit for 2000, Ken. Here we go.
I just want to add one thing, folks at home. I met Christopher Lloyd in 2014 at Wizard World Philly. I got him at a much cheaper price. I mean, the market was a lot different than it is today. I mean, a photo op for him today is 130. I paid probably, God, I want to say $80, 75 or $80 at Wizard
I think
World.
I think it was 80.
Yeah, and picture is on my wall right now, and I'm looking at it. It's a beautiful picture, and I'm that's all I need. I mean, I don't need another time to meet him. I mean, I asked him about Andy Kaufman because he worked with him on Taxi, and he just said he enjoyed working with Andy, and then
Oh,
you
you
know when you're doing a photo op, a pro photo op, which are come out beautiful. The downside is you don't have too much time to talk, as opposed to going to someone's table where you can get a few questions in. So I still got a question in. despite the Wizard World staff pushing me around. No, but I was respectful. It was very quick. But anyway, yeah, Christopher Lloyd, big guest. That's going to be a big one, and he also brought with him another Back to the Future guest. We'll talk in a second, but also from Rocky, The Expendables, Master of the Universe, and Aquaman, Dolph Lundgren. I always
Dolph
pronounce his last.
Lundgren.
The big Russian from Rocky. The big
Yeah.
Russian from Rocky.
So
Yes.
something you don't know, and probably other people don't know, but I know, and the comic book fans out there will know,
Hmm.
he was actually the first Punisher,
Oh, I didn't realize that.
and he never had the skull until later on in that movie.
Wow, that's a
Never
that's a
had it.
fact. That's a factoid I didn't know, JVD.
My favorite line though from him with in Rocky though is still it's like he looks at I think it was he looks at Rocky, he goes, "I will break you."
Oh yeah, gotta love
That's
that.
that, and if he dies, he dies. But
Gotta love that, and gotta love our next two guests. We got two stunning actresses that I didn't. This is what really put it over the top. You got two actresses you wouldn't think to see at a Comic Con, at a Fan Expo convention. And who are those two actresses? Well, who's the
I'm
first? The first one
I'm,
here.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say them in reverse. Actually, there's three of them.
Yeah, three. Yeah, you're
If you
right.
want me to
Yeah,
go in reverse,
three. Yeah, yeah.
I'll say them in reverse. One we got, I believe, on Wednesday. We got the announcement for this one. Parker Posey,
Right.
The White Lotus, Superman Returns, as well as Dazed and Confused, a really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Heather Graham from Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, and Boogie Nights.
Oh yeah.
Really good movie for Austin Powers. Boogie Nights was actually pretty good too.
Yeah.
And before my friend moved, which she moved earlier today or yesterday, and I missed the hell out of her already. She's a good friend of mine, Rachel.
Yeah.
Um, she was watching this, and I was watching it with her. From Twister,
Mm-hmm.
as well as the sitcom Mad About You.
Right.
I believe she was also in a movie called Contact. I could be wrong. Helen Hunt.
Unbelievable. Helen Hunt. I never thought I'd see the day.
Believe
Helen
it or
Hunt.
not,
JVD sent me a message. He said, I can't believe it. Helen Hunt. We got Helen Hunt. We got Helen Hunt. We got Double H.
it's just if the phone off wasn't so damn high, I would go, you know.
Legend. Legend.
But yeah, like
Yeah.
for everything we have here for this one, it's just great. Like we
Yeah.
have three really talented actresses right there on this line. Um, Three great movies, great sitcom. You know, stupendous amount of people. The next one on the list, this actor is one of the best ones I've seen. I've seen The Acolyte before.
Mm-hmm.
It's Manny Jacinto, and
I don't know. I don't
Manny,
know. I don't know the hell that is.
he's from The Acolyte. He's really good. I would check it out.
I haven't seen the accolade, so I don't know who the hell that
Check
is.
it out.
I have
Check it
no
out.
idea. I'm looking at his face right now. It's got a strong, very, very chiseled jaw, but I don't know who the hell that is. Yeah, it's like
I
a
would check it
jaw,
out.
chiseled jaw right there. But anyway, also another sweet, good-looking gal, Ashley Green from Twilight. If you're a Twilight fan, me myself, I'm a Kristen Stewart fan, but I was never really a Twilight fan. But Ashley Green's going to be there, so check her out. And we talked about Danny Glover. Um,
I'm gonna say this.
yeah,
Twilight, and people are gonna hate me, and I don't give a damn. Vampires don't fucking sparkle.
yeah, I think that's probably why I didn't get into it. I'm more of an old school vampire guy. I like Universal old school Dracula and
Oh,
Fright Night. Yeah, if you ever
Nosferatu and all that.
shout out to old school Fright Night, not the Colin Farrell one. Check out the old school Fright Night from the 80s. Great, great, great movie. Great vampire horror. Just perfect movie. I love that
Yes.
one. But so what we're gonna do, JVD, is I think we should break this show up into two. I think we should do two parts. Because it looks like the timers count me down. They only give me 40 minutes now for these shows. They want a nice tight 40 minutes. So we're gonna do a part two to this fan expo. But what I want to do for the remainder of this show, because guys, the guest list is so stacked, we can do three shows talking about the guests, and we're going to talk about some other things. So there is going to be a part two to this, but what I want to do for the remainder of this is talk about the new venture that JVD and myself are going to be venturing upon. We're going to be jumping on the saddle of something pro wrestling related, and that is, yes, we are going to be our currently unnamed show. We have working title is to be determined. But we are working on a new pro wrestling talk show with myself and JVD. And we're going to be covering WWE, we're going to be covering TNA, we're going to be covering NXT. And I think that's pretty much it. JVD, you talk about the new show that we're going to be doing very shortly.
So I originally wanted it to be a podcast. It's something I
Well,
actually
yeah,
also
it's podcast. Yeah, podcast, basically.
and
Yeah.
I mentioned to everybody on my channel under the New Year's resolution video that's one thing I'm going to do, and it's going to be about wrestling.
Hmm.
We're going to basically copy it off of an old list that old format that I used to do with a friend of mine who lives in Florida, which I'll talk to him about possibly popping on as well.
Yeah.
To bring the old rewind crew back.
Hmm.
We'd cover WWE, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, TNA, maybe AEW because it is starting to lose steam.
Yeah.
Even though
They're in Philly tonight, by the way.
they are, yeah, the Leacore Center for Dynasty.
Yeah.
But to be honest,
I had a family gathering earlier today, and my friend had offered me free tickets, but I wasn't unable to go. But yeah, you were going to say something. To be honest, what JVD? You were going to say something about him?
there was only two matches I was actually only caring about.
Yeah.
Really,
Which
triple
two?
threat,
Which?
triple threat for the globe, for the I believe what was it called, the international title.
Hmm.
Uh, Omega defends against Ricochet and Speedball, and the other one was the AEW Women's World Title with Tony Storm. I really only care about those. I think Mercedes Monet,
Yeah.
she doesn't deserve all those titles, and we're not going to go anywhere with that. I ain't got time
Um,
for that. If I ramble about her, I'll be on for 45 minutes.
you should know that on our new podcast slash show, Maui, stop chewing. I got to, Maui. My dog is chewing on her feet. I got to give her an Apoquil. Maui, I'll give you one we just got. You should know that there's going to be a segment, 10 of a working title, call it working segment of the podcast. Working title is going to be called Rant Baby Rant. And it's going to be every week. We are going to pick something that pissed us off, not to be negative, because we're going to be very positive about a lot of stuff. I definitely have a lot to be positive about. Or we're going to pick one thing that we both, and I'll go and JVD will go, that kind of ticked us off about the wrestling for that week. And we're just going to rant, shoot from the hip, because I know a lot of you watching love when JVD rants. I haven't done any wrestling rants in a while, but everybody loves when JVD rants. I'll tell you that much. So that's going to happen. And JVD, I need you to turn. I
God,
need you, JVD. I need you to turn it up 10 notches. I need you to hit those screw you, Vince Russo level rants. Those that everybody loves.
oh God, you don't want me to do that. That would turn the show from PG-13 to friggin' MA or something.
We're hey, well, thinking of actually that might give me an idea about the working title. Maybe we work in like Unleashed, maybe, or like Uncensored or Raw or something to that effect, so we know that it's. I'm not going to censor JVD. I'm going to let you shoot from the hip, and that's going to be a weekly thing. I'm going to have that as an audio version. I haven't decided where the video version is going to be. It's either going to land on this web this it's either going to land on the main channel, RueTV, or it may go to a brand new channel which already has a bunch of subscribers on it. Matter of fact, Kayfabe Brew, which has a bunch of subscribers from a wrestling video, a few wrestling videos we uploaded a while back. So I may make a wrestling related channel specific to that. But we'll see. We'll see. But it's definitely going to be an audio format for everybody to check and listen to on the fly because that's what people have been asking me for years. Give me an audio version. But we'll still record it on Zoom. It's more convenient, and I can just rip the audio file. But stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for part two. Um, Definitely. I'll give you more information on the wrestling podcast as it becomes closer. Um, post WrestleMania. It's looking like. Um, and also stay tuned for part two of this Fan Expo. Fan Expo is the middle of May, so we've got a ways to go, but it's going to come quick. It's going to come very fast. And JVD, as we wrap it up here, what are you looking forward to most from this Fan Expo, Philly, other than hanging out with Rue, obviously?
Well, 39 days to be exact is how long we have.
Yeah.
I'm running out of time for a third cosplay. Moving on from that.
Why don't you be the joke? Be the
For-
joke. Be the Joker. Be the Joker.
without a Harley Quinn, that's not a good idea.
All right, I'll find you a Harley Quinn. I'll find some.
Um,
I'll pay one. I'll pay one. I'll find one in Chinatown.
we ain't going that far.
All right.
Anyway, no. What I want to see from this convention, I can't wait for it. I want to have a lot of good times. I want to have some fun. I want to meet some cosplayers out there, new people. And I want to see what's new and what's trending also in the world of not just comics, but pretty much everything out there that they've given us over the
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Sabers and
Mm-hmm.
new things like what I do a couple years ago. Video game Shadow Box.
Yeah.
I did that a couple of years ago. It's on my channel,
Oh
and
yeah.
I just want to be there in the experience, just eating it all up, soaking it all in. I cannot wait. It's gonna be so much. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
I can't effing wait. We got to go right now, guys, and we're gonna catch you next time when we have part two, and we'll catch you real soon. Love you guys. Love you, JVD. I'll see you soon, brother.
Yep.
Cheers.